The Bartlehouse is open, no invite needed with juggalos. Been hyped this evening, feeding for music, more guests than topics. No drama, no bullshit, no fake news, no nonsense, no grim logic. Only fam knowledge and dropping the rawest of platforms and artists. Bartlehouse, where you'll never see the bottle stop. The beef tigers off the leash, and if it's beef, you gotta see the final Bartle boss. The diamonds are raining, defining the greatness the carnival provides. Welcome to the Bartlehouse. Now get your ass inside.
Yo, what up, everyone? It is Wednesday night, my dudes. So you know what time it is. It is time for the Bartlehouse. Tonight's going to be a fun episode. We have Michelangelo Skero. I don't know if I'm saying it right. He can yell at me. I will ask him when he comes on tonight. He will be in house. We'll be talking a little bit about his history. I'm always, transparent in the fact that a lot of people I have on, I'm just learning about within a year or so. So I want to know their history. I want to know, obviously I did a little bit of homework, but I want to know more about what makes these guys them. And I just want to learn everything I can about the scene and share it with y'all as well. And along those lines, we also have an amazing playlist of music tonight. Handpicked by your artisan Beef Tiger, as I wrote on Facebook. It's going to be great. I'm going to talk a little bit later about going to the Shaggy 2 Dope tour as well, hanging out with Ruthless Rob and Nate Money, super fresh, and meeting some subscribers who are in the chat. Shout outs to Clown Devil Boy and Ashhole. It's going to be a great night. We got some live reactions. We got, like I said, I don't have too much news tonight, but that's not why we're here. We're here for our special guest, and he is backstage. You guys ready? Let's bring him on. Our guest tonight, and like I said, I'm going to mispronounce it. It is Michelangelo Skero. He's going to yell at me when he comes on. I know it. Let's bring him on. Yo, what's up, my guy?
What's up, dude? I'm actually not going to yell at you. You pronounced it right the first time. So
hell yeah. I was going to go Skero. I'll tell a little background story. When I do the thumbnails and shit for these episodes, I always give them silly fucking names. So the whole time this week, I kept naming yours Michelangelo Scarecrow, and it's just
shit.
like stupid shit. Like
I've heard that. I've heard that multiple times, man. That's at least better than Jay Villain. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before.
Yeah,
but
I have.
For like. Dude, even being my homie for like 2 years, for the longest time, he used to call me Skero, and I was like, bro, it's fucking Skero. Like, damn.
Hell yeah. My best friend Bash, he mispronounces everybody's name in the worst way, and man, I love him for it. But that's not why we're here. We're here for you. Do you want to give the people just like a quick intro on who you are?
I'm Michelangelo Skero. I hail from Albany, New York. As of right now, I live in Ohio, but you know how the music shit be. It just take you all over the country, and sometimes you just don't be, and where you're from. And sometimes you have to get out of where you're from to succeed, because a lot of people that know you personally don't take you seriously when you're trying to actually do something. So, that's why I ended up where I'm at.
I feel that, man. I always say don't work with friends, because I've done it plenty of fucking times. I was just talking about my best friend. We used to do a podcast together. Obviously, we're not doing that anymore. But he's still my best fucking friend. But you said you've been all over. Have you gone, lived East Coast, West Coast, all over the place?
I've actually never lived on the West Coast.
Never.
Like I said, I'm from New York, so I've lived in New York. I've bounced around the whole entire state of New York, because I used to be in like foster care and shit like that when I was young, kind of, underprivileged and shit. That's a whole nother story for next time. But
hell yeah.
So I bounced around New York a lot, and then I ended up moving to Florida when I was young, and I did that for like a whole summer. So I stayed there. And then I came back to New York, went to New Hampshire, fucking lived in New Hampshire for a while, came back to New York. From New York, I went to Detroit for a minute, and then back to New York, and then from New York here to where I'm at now.
Man, it's funny how that happens. I've lived in Pennsylvania for most of my life, and I lived in the Midwest for a little bit, but PA always seems to call me back, and I love it here. I'm not a fan of the Midwest. No offense to any viewers out there from the Midwest. I like the cold.
I love where I'm from in New York because Albany and shit like that. It's northern New York. We also got Saratoga Springs up in that area.
Yeah, my best friend Bash, he's from Ballston Spa up there.
Yep, that's really close. So there's Ballston Spa as well. There's Glens Falls, and then there's Lake George, which is a huge tourist area. And right on the outskirts of Lake George is like all the Adirondack Mountains and shit. And it's a very beautiful place to go see, because a lot of people just think, New York is like all city and shit. And it's like, there are a lot of cities in New York, but there's also a shit ton of fucking mountains and like reservations and stuff like that. So
hell yeah, that's how Pennsylvania is too. It's like you think either farms or Philly, and it's accurate until you get to northern PA, and then it's like beautiful mountains and trees and shit. But what got you interested in music? Where how did you get your start in music?
Actually, growing up in New York, one of the birthplaces of hip hop. Well, it is the birthplace of hip hop. By the way, celebrating 50 years. Let's go. 50 years of hip hop. We in this bitch. Shout out to all the OGs, man, that started this shit. Mad respect. And we're a guest to this shit, man. So thank you for letting me come in and do my thing and respecting me while I do it, man, to everybody in hip hop. But so yeah, long story short, in New York, the way you earned respect on the streets was spitting bars, battle rapping with people and shit like that. So I mainly got into doing that just so people in the streets would respect me and like me, because I'm just, like little white broke kid in a black neighborhood and shit like that. So, I got stared at funny, and, nobody really fucked with me. So I was like, all right, bet. So if that's the way you're going to earn your respect in the streets, I'm going to just do it this way,
Hell yeah. And you've been in the scene for quite a while, at least from what my research. How long have you been doing underground music?
Shit. I've probably been making music for, I want to say like 15 years, 16 years maybe. And I've been doing it seriously for about 6 or 7.
Hell yeah. Has it always been rap, or have you dabbled in other styles?
Mainly just rap, I guess. A little bit of pop, you can say. I got some songs that are kind of commercial to reach out to the people that listen to the radio and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for the most part, I'm on like a Tech 9 type vibe of music. A lot of people that listen to strange music listen to my shit. I
would say that, yeah. Man, it's fresh though. Some of my favorites. We're gonna play a couple of your songs tonight. One of them is actually one of my absolute favorite songs you do, and it's the other one is "Asshole," which I don't have tonight, but I do love that song as well. Let's actually play one of your songs, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little more. Anybody who hasn't watched the show before, this isn't just a strict interview. We chill, we hang out, we listen to some great music in the scene, including your own. And if you have any stories about the people we play, I know I have a few people I see on your flyers quite a bit. Hit us with them. But I'm going to start it off tonight with my absolute favorite song of yours. And, it might be because I'm Hispanic. I know I don't look it, but I am.
Shit! I know. And I know a song you're about to play.
So I'm gonna play this one. It is called "Mamacita." Oh shoot! I lost it. It's here somewhere. Hell yeah! And this is featuring. Oh, it's cut off. Do you remember the people you did the song with?
Yeah. It's got Bones Dub on it and 3reality, man.
Hell yeah! And we will talk about 3reality, because I do see he's a big part of your history as well. And any lead up to the song, what inspired it? Any funny stories about it?
Not really necessarily, I guess. I just, there's a point in time in my life where I would only like kind of fuck with Hispanic bitches, man. So like, I was like, fuck, I gotta do a song about it. Just find inspiration in the shit I do, I guess.
Bro, I'm about it, but that's also a dangerous pastime.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I got a whole family now, man. I'm about to get married and shit. Like, yeah, like my life is totally fucking different from back then.
Hell yeah, man. Latin women. Anyway, this is Mamacita by Michelangelo Skero. I did it. I told you I was gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it. Let's play the song. Hell yeah, that was Mamacita by Michelangelo Skero featuring Bones Dub and oh fuck, I forget who the other one was again. I apologize.
3-ality, man.
Yeah, 3-ality. Oh, I'm sorry. Speaking of which, you have done quite a bit of music with some notable people in the scene. Blaze You Dead Homie, Bones Dub. Man, do you have any like notable people that you were really excited to do music on?
Shit. Joey Cool was a pretty cool one to work with, man. I kind of wish that it could have been done at a better time and with a perhaps better song. The song is incredibly dope. He did a great job. We all did a great job with the song, but I felt like man, I should have just had a way more hype song that could have fit him a little bit more, and could have projected his skills and my skills perhaps a little bit better.
Hell yeah. And one of the guys, like I said, that we see quite a bit in your features, and you feature quite a bit. I believe you also were on label with him, 3reality. Tell me a little
Yeah.
more about 3reality.
Oh man, I don't even know where to start. He and I, we used to be like best friends, dude. We used to live in a crib together. We had a studio going, a label going, and stuff like that. And I don't want anybody to take this as me dissing him either. Like, I really do wish this kid the best. He's still one of my friends and stuff like that, but I just don't necessarily do business with him anymore because his ethic isn't really as good as mine. And in order in this business to make it, you got to surround yourself with people that are better than you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but he had me doing a lot of the stuff for the label, and he was, I really don't want to be mean and shit, but it's just the truth, you know. He was kind of piggybacking off of my name a little bit because obviously I was popping and doing shit, and we had the Peace and Love Fest that he and I had put together,
Sure.
and a lot of the times he wouldn't even give me credit for half of the stuff that I was doing for him and stuff like that, like his graphics, his booking, all the other stuff, and not just for him, but the whole label as well. So I was like, man, if I'm gonna run a whole label, I might as well just separate myself and start my own shit. And that's what I did. That's what I did, man.
And this label we're talking about, it was Shadow Phoenix Records.
Yeah.
If my records are correct, I'm trying to be Nardwar, but I'm not as good. And man, how long would you say Shadow Phoenix was a thing? How long did you guys?
Oh, there's he's still doing Shadow Phoenix. It's still a thing, if people are really into like the what's his name, Sick World, like the sad type of rap, maybe 3reality is your flavor. Maybe that's what you want to listen to. So go check that if you're into that sad type of shit. Everybody's got some sad songs, but he's got a lot.
Right.
So
I feel like sometimes people are good at hitting that stride though with the sad. I could tell you're a little more on the upbeat. You hit him with the hot fast tempo better.
Yeah, I'm more like raw in your face type shit. Like, yeah, I got some sad songs on some like King ISO type vibe. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their songs because everybody goes through shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes pain makes the best music.
Sure.
But it's definitely not all I do for sure. And I wouldn't say that it's all he does either, but it's definitely a good 80. Yeah, definitely a good 80% of it for sure.
All right. So this is I'm gonna share a little story because this is a reoccurring thing that happens with me, and we talked about it a little bit on the show before. But when I come up with the titles for these videos, I hate putting artists in a box, and you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I do.
I never know whether to call someone a juggalo artist or an underground artist or a horrorcore artist. And
listen, man. I'll be for real with you, man. Like, I've been a juggalo since I was like, I want to say 9 years old.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But like, to be like, I'm a juggalo rapper, it categorizes you. And it keeps you, like you said, it keeps you boxed in of this genre of music or this scene of music that you cannot escape. Like, when I first started, man, I used to like paint my face and everything, like, for real. And I definitely tried to cater to that fan base. And then I realized, that's kind of like I said, I got into the music because I wanted respect on the street. So I actually really loved hip hop for what it was. So I explored all avenues of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in the process of all that, it really kind of helped me find myself and where I wanted to be with my music. So like I said, I'm just an underground music musician.
That,
Because
yeah,
like
that's. I feel like everybody's an underground. The problem I run into is I feel like Juggalo is extremely narrow, but even
yeah,
even the word horrorcore, because not all artists are horrorcore artists, and like that's
yeah,
kind of narrow as well. But then I feel like underground sometimes is a little bit too broad of a term. And even like naming my channel, I call it underground music because I really don't know where, because I hit
yeah.
every spectrum of, our scene, quote
And
unquote.
and that's how my music is, man. I hit
Mhm.
every spectrum. Like you said, I got songs with Blaze Your Dead Homie. I got songs with Bone Stub. I got songs with the OG Insane Poetry and shit,
Yep.
man. So like fucking I've done hella shit with a lot of horrorcore musicians, and that's just, there's levels to this rap shit, man. And
Sure.
like you have to work your way up the ladder. So me just being a juggalo and also making music, of course I'm gonna
Mhm.
go in there and try to get my juggalo homies to rock with
Right.
my shit and stuff like that. Like it's kind of like Jelly Roll, man. He's not
Yeah,
he's not necessarily a juggalo rapper, but he's got a lot of juggalos that love his music, and that's just kind of where I want to be at.
that's
You know what I'm
exactly
saying?
how Tech was. Tech was like, I'm definitely a juggalo, but
Yeah,
I don't make juggalo music. And
yeah, exactly.
and I hear that a lot from artists too. They're like, well, I'm a juggalo. I make, I'm not a juggalo rapper. It was exactly what you said to me. I hear
Like,
that a lot.
yeah,
Um,
it kind of hinders your career, man. Because if you want to do anything serious, it's like, a Ouija Mac is holding it down for the Juggalo community, right? And nobody's gonna take that away from him. So you could sit there and you could try your hardest, but everybody's gonna rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started coming out of the whole trying to not be a Juggalo rapper anymore and
sure.
started to express my real lyricism and shit like that, a lot of the Juggalos didn't fuck with me. Like I opened up for Twismus on main stage in Pontiac, Michigan,
Right.
and only half of the crowd fucked with me, and the half of the crowd that fucked with me was like all the old school people that were like in their 30s, 40s, 50s and shit like that, and anybody that was from like 17 years old to like 29 or so, man, they were
Right.
not fucking with my shit at all. And it's just because they're the new age juggalos and they don't understand that lyricism because they haven't been around the scene as long as all the
You
other
know,
people have.
it's funny. I've talked pages on this. I feel like not only are we getting it from the new age juggalos, it's like the old juggalos want to hold on to what they hold dear, and they're not open to new things. But then like the new juggalos like what they like, and they're like, if it's not new and not my style, I don't like it. So I feel like
It,
it's
it's
us guys in the middle that are like the millennials is what I call us.
it's vice versa, man. To an educated person or an intelligent person will be able to tell you that
Right.
if you're an old person and you like being stuck in your ways, it's all personal,
Right.
perception and shit like that. Because the same with the young people, because the old person could be like, oh fuck these youngsters because they're listening to this, this stupid stuff, they're
Right.
stupid. And then the youngsters could be like, oh, the old people are just stupid because they don't understand what we're fucking listening to and what we're talking about. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
it's vice versa.
And we're kind of like stuck in the middle. Like what I consider, what I joke around and say that I'm a millennial juggalo because I came in around Shangri-La, and
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we love everything. Um, but yeah, I have friends and just they weren't even that old of juggalos, but they're like, oh, new juggalos are killing the scene, and I'm like, that attitude was also kind of killing the scene.
Yeah, man. It's just the way I feel about it is I just go around, mind my own business. I kick it with cool
Right.
people, and people that aren't cool, I just keep them away from me. That's as
Right.
simple as
Yeah,
that. Whether
yeah. Family is family, but nobody said you have to like all of your family.
Yeah, people family fights a lot too, man. And that's
That's
another thing a lot of
that's
people
why
don't
family
realize.
is the best word for it, because families aren't perfect.
Right.
But anyway, we're gonna get off that subject because I've talked pages and pages on if I go down the route of the fucking divide and shit, it's gonna take forever.
The whole wormhole of the Juggalo community.
Things that Dude has a good. Nothing got deleted. Smiles. I don't know what you're talking about. Unless I have a mod that I don't know about. Um, Ashhole says love them, but don't gotta like them. Type beat. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah. We're gonna get into some more, but let's play another song. This is actually not gonna be one of yours because I'm holding off. We actually have some of your old music videos too to peep out.
Shit.
Embarrass you tonight. But I know this guy. He has been on several of your flyers. I've seen you perform. He is from Ohio. He's actually good friends with my homie Jay Bazaar. His name is Ragnar.
Rainer.
I always do that. Man, Juggalo name. Sorry, I did it. Underground names are hard.
That dude actually lives like 30 minutes down the road from me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I hear him a lot on like Jay Bazaar's like what's the word I'm looking for? Where they all sing. Anyway,
see
my brain hurts.
The thing about Ohio that I love out here is like you said, you've seen Rainer work with me and stuff, and you've seen him work with Jay Bazaar and shit. The music scene is so much different out here than it is in New York, man. Because like, you know, New York rappers will try to hold you down any chance they can get, or fuck you over to surpass you any chance that they can get. You know what I mean? And the scene in Ohio is everybody, you know, kind of tries to come together, and you know, if I make it, you make it type shit. You know, and it's kind of really humbling and really cool. So that's why I like being out here.
I mean, there is like no scene where I live anymore, but fortunately for me, just south of me, the Baltimore and Maryland scene, and I talk about these guys a lot. I know a lot of you guys in the chat are fans of them. Man, they're all love, and they make it a big family as well. And I'm about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna play some Rainer. The song is, if I didn't lose it, Get Mine.
Rappers like their name was Trump, stay running on these tracks. My flow is blue in the Forrest Gump. Where's Bubba? Cause we gon' net them like we're shrimping. You can come and test me, I promise I'm never slipping. Mistaking me is like mistaking your father. Put your head down on the ground and kick it like playing soccer. Tell these groupie bitches stop it, they're thirsty and need some water. Tell these groupie bitches stop it and please go find them a doctor. Rainer, the grim reaper of this rap shit. And I ain't got the patience, my record shows that I snap quick. Let's play some froggy, you feeling froggy then leap. They're comparing me to greats, but I'ma go to these shit. Now go to sleep, little rappers, this is your lullaby. Take a dart and stab your pupil and call it a bullseye. Take a dart and stab your pupil and call it a bullseye. Take a dart and stab your pupil and call it a bullseye, ayy. I'ma get mine. I'ma get mine. My flow is hotter than some boiling water. No remorse for killing rappers. Honestly, I feel wanted, and I don't ever plan on stopping till my mission is conquered. Said I never plan on stopping till my mission is conquered. I'm throwing punchlines at these rappers. They need to start bobbing, weaving. Their talent's overrated. Their mom should have swallowed semen. At least abort the baby. Like what the fuck was she thinking? At least abort the baby. Like what the fuck was she thinking? Just grab some rope and we gon' play a game of hangman. Then throw him in the trunk and drop him off at the wasteland. I'm psychopathic, but I ain't talking about juggalo. I'm the type to cut you and leave your face undiscoverable. Illuminati, yeah, half these rappers are puppets. Sucking off a label, that way they maintain a budget. Bitch, I'm underground, my flow is locked in the dungeon. Keep talking out your neck, these lyrics can turn to punches, Rainer.
Hell yeah. That was Rainer with Get Mine.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Speaking of getting mine, bro, you've been grinding this year. I will say I just started this podcast at the beginning of the year, and I knew absolutely jack shit before I started this podcast. And your flyer for the 420 show was one of the first flyers I promoted on the show. And it seems like you've been on tour since then. But let's go back and talk about the 420 show. What inspired the 420 show? Other than 420, obviously.
I mean, you see it, bro. I smoke weed everywhere I
Right.
go. 420 is just a holiday for us weed heads, man. And so I've never had a real 420 show. Like I did a 420 show by myself like years ago, and it sucked. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So now that like I have a fan base and more, I hate using this word, but more clout, fucking I decided, hey, I'm going to do a 420 event and I'm going to pack this venue out. And, bro, it was a fucking crazy-ass 420 event. My homie's back in New York now that weed's legal there. I have a homie, Mad Max's Meds.
Right.
And he sponsors me and shit. So, I put him on it and he came through with fucking mad edibles. He made me my own brand of fucking edible candy bars.
Hell yeah.
Just for the event and stuff like that, man. So it was a really dope experience, dude. I had a lot of fun with it.
So yeah, I am familiar with Wayne, and I was gonna ask you about that in a little bit because my homie Bash, my best friend Bash, is actually very good friends with Wayne.
Yeah, man, he's a good dude. Hit him up if you're in a legal state and you need some really fucking dope edibles. He's got THC syrups that'll knock you on your ass, dog. I drink like a little.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, so I drink it by the teaspoon, man. My homie Rainer, he fucking drank the whole bottle, bro. And you should have seen how blasted this dude looks. I'm pretty sure Wayne's got pictures of it.
Yeah, my like I said, my homie, he ate. I think it was a donut or something. It was a pastry, and he ate the whole thing. And next thing we know, we were getting videos of him just fucking throwing up hard outside the side of a car because it hit him like a ton of bricks. But yeah, Mad Max Meds. If y'all in a legal state, you definitely want to check it out. I forgot to add that link to the description. We will add that link to the description.
At that 420 show, I got sent home with a brownie that was made with some dabs, right?
Hell yeah.
So me and my girl, we decided we were going to eat these brownies. And my homie G Baby, he ate the brownies the night before. And he started puking everywhere. And I didn't even think about it. I thought maybe he just couldn't handle his shit.
Right.
So my girl and I, we eat these brownies. I feel perfectly fine. We're at her sister's. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We're watching the fucking football game. And my girl goes to the bathroom and she starts fucking violently puking, man. Bro. And so I guess the brownies just aren't meant for small people because my girl's petite. I mean, I'm a little bit chunkier and shit.
Right.
So, I'm fucking fried as fuck. I'm feeling good. I got a big shit ass eating grin on my face. And my girl is crying while she's puking. She's like looking up at me and she's like, why are you like feeling like this? And I'm like, I feel great. I'm sorry that you're having a horrible time.
Right. Yeah, I eat I eat gummies on occasion. Not so much anymore because I'm diabetic, but I had gotten some higher grade gummies because I can't have a lot of sugar. And I had gotten them while I was at the beach and they came in the mail. They were actual weed, they're Delta 8. Which is just as good sometimes. And it's a different high. But I ate a whole one and I was like, this should be fine. Like I used to take 2 or 3 of the small ones. This should be fine. And I was wrong. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I just, I got to the point where I was questioning the universe and, when you're too high. And my girl had no idea that I took it. And I was trying to act cool, like, don't know that I'm high. Don't look at me. I'm not high. And bro, I just ended up being giggly and it was a bad time. So I learned my lesson to always start small and don't just assume that because the math works that it works that way.
So I fuck with psychedelics a lot, man. And I could never ever hide that shit from my woman ever, dude. Cause like I yawn apparently a lot when I'm tripping. So if I just start yawning a lot, she'll be like, "You took something, didn't you?" And I'll be like, "You got me."
That's how it was, because like I was like she was talking to me, and I was just in my mind like, "Don't look high, don't look high," and she's like, "Why are you staring at me?" And then I was like, "I'm not." And then she thought I was like messing with her, and she got self-conscious about it. And really, it was just I was trying to hide the fact that I was out of my fucking mind. Uh, and it spiraled from there. Ashhole says smoked at the gathering and didn't know where there was hash in there. Nearly passed out at Miss Juggalette. Hell yeah. Yeah, I had a homie who I sent a big old baggie of gummies with, and she thought they were just CBD, and they weren't. They were deltas, and they were like 60 milligram, and she took a handful of them, and she had a great night. But
Hell yeah.
But anyway, I think we've gotten off the beaten path here about the show. So overall, the show it went well. Who'd you have on that show with you?
I had the Fallen Angel with me, who is one of my artists on Revolutionary Vision.
Sure.
We had King Ruthless. A whole bunch of different people,
Right.
man. It's just too much for me to remember right now.
I mean, I feel you, bro. I don't expect you to remember the whole fucking card. Was there anybody that like you hadn't met before and like blew your mind? Like, wow, this guy's really fucking good.
Not at the 420 show, but
Sure.
they were on that show, Weirdo Gang, man. I didn't know who they were from a hole in the wall. You know, we were just friends on Facebook, and I was doing a show out in Indiana, and I hit them up and I was like, "Yo, do you guys want a slot and shit?" And so they bought a slot to the show, and I didn't know how their performance was going to be because I've never heard their music or anything like that. But I've heard their name, so I know they must have been somewhat good. You know what I mean? So the woman that is in that group, the female rapper that they have in Weirdo Gang, bro, she goes the fuck off. Yo, she will light a whole entire fucking room up. I swear to God, she is dope as hell.
And I have to check it out. I'm always looking for new artists to play on the show, and especially like the openers, because sometimes you really catch some diamonds in the rough with the openers.
Another person that has caught my attention, which I work with now, my homie Jerk. He's like a psychedelic hippie rapper, man. He's very talented from West New York. He's definitely somebody y'all should check out too, man. It's capital J, lowercase e, capital R, lowercase k.
Hell yeah, man. But yeah, moving on from the 420 show, you know, before we set up this interview, ironically, you hit me up thinking I hit you up and you thought I was asking about the I had it written down, the recent tour you're on.
The Cosmic Infinity Tour.
Thank you. Yeah, the Cosmic Infinity Tour. And you know, we were trying to get you there in Pennsylvania. But you know, I'm not a booker, and I think there was some misunderstanding there, and you thought I was a booker.
It happens, bro. And then you did connect me with a booker, and then we just never heard from him again. So.
Yeah, no, that there's stories behind that, which I'm not going to talk about on air, but
it happens, man. It happens.
I almost feel like I should start looking into that shit, because I know so many artists that keep hitting me up like, bro, is there shows in PA? I'm like, I guess I know some artists that do shit, but yeah. So you were on this tour for quite a bit. It went from Vegas, like all the way in the Midwest to the East Coast here. And you were on it for quite a while. How'd that tour go?
It had its ups and downs, just like every other tour. Like there's tours that I've been on, and I'm like, this was a great tour. This was an okay tour. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, we had dates that were really awesome. We had dates that were really fucking shitty. And then we had like a lot of mishaps happen with people on the tour, man. For some reason, Bloodlight, an artist from Holtom City, Texas, that was on the tour with us, he last minute just decided to dip off of the tour, and he didn't tell anybody, let anybody know. He just left. And I think it's because he was like, thinking that we were like some super famous musicians, and it's me and Insane Poetry, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Some notable
we're just,
names. Yeah.
yeah, we're just trying to make a living off of our shit though, man. We're not super famous. And I think that this dude was like expecting sold out shows, and it was like, nah, dude, you're not gonna get that with him and I, man, because
Right.
we're not superstars. We're fucking underground rappers.
If the
And
Clowns and Twisted aren't on the booking, like there's not gonna be a sold out show. Let's be
exactly,
real.
man. And I really don't know what he was expecting. But anyway, fuck that guy, because I can't use PayPal now, because when he dipped off of the tour,
Mhm.
he thought that he deserved his money back, and of course PayPal fucking gave it to him. So I'm in the middle of fighting that shit right now, man. Fucking, I have him on contract and shit like that. So if I have to like get really legal with it, I will. I'm
Really?
trying to
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do all that, but so yeah, fuck Bloodlight. There was some other shit that happened on the tour that I'm really not gonna get into.
You don't have to get into any. I'm not asking you to get into any. This is not a drama channel.
Right.
I know
but,
there's people in the chat asking about some drama stuff. I'm sorry, guys. This is not a drama channel. This is not the place to ask.
But the tour got cut 2 dates off of the tour because I had some shit happen, man, and so a lot of there's 2 dates in New York. So me being from New York, I disappointed a lot of my New York people. So I do apologize for that. But I came back. It wasn't even a fucking like week and a half later. I did a show with Cody Manson out there.
I was gonna say you were on the Cody Manson show. The homie Devils and Chronic was on that one. Who we're gonna have on the channel.
They were not on that date.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened or why they weren't on the rest of the tour, but it was just fucking, who was it? It was Whoop What or Die, fucking Keith Stone, and what the fuck is that other group, the other dude's name? Illuminate or some dude, he's gonna hate me. I don't know, man. But it's on the flyer. Go look at that shit, man.
Right. Yeah, actually, so I had a few people who were, I think, opening asked me if I was going to be at that show, and I'm like, New York's kind of a drive for me.
Yeah,
but I forget. I think Devils and Chronic might have told me why they didn't. I don't know. I'm gonna have them on the show in a couple weeks. They are 2 really fucking dope guys, and I think Devils is just one. It's confusing.
Listen, I love the shit out of those dudes.
Yeah,
because they always show me love and shit like that. But there was one incident where fucking Roach Spliff booked me some bullshit ass hotel where I couldn't leave the hotel without letting them know because they had no key cards. The bathroom didn't even have a fucking door, dog. Bro. I was like, oh hell no, we gonna go get our own hotel room. We'll just pay for our own shit, man. Fuck this.
Man,
this
that leads me right into my next question, which is, as an artist who has toured and has been doing shows for quite a while, I'm sure you've played some humorous and or nightmare venues. Do you have any stories of a particularly bad venue?
I wouldn't say a bad venue.
You don't have to say names or anything either.
No, I'll get into a couple of stories for you for sure. Okay, so this one time, we were on the Out of the Shadows tour with Infamous, and we were in Ellensburg, Washington, and we were at this like it was like a hippie shop, like an old record store, but they also had like old hippie dresses for women, like old shit from the 70s, you know what I mean? And it was owned by this old lady. So it was like walking into grandma's little hippie store, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you go through this store, and then in the back there's like a stage and shit like that. And it's kind of set up like how Tiny Desk is. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. They had Tech Nine on there, Mac Miller. It's like an NPR type thing, right?
Okay.
So she had the whole back room set up like this, bro. She had hot cocoa, she had tea, she had waters for everybody. It was like legit doing a show at grandma's house. It was it was pretty funny. Another story I got. My homie Matt, he manages me a little bit and stuff like that. So I we go down to Florida. And we had a date down there to do on this tour, but we had a couple of days off. So he hits up his aunt, I believe it was, because she lives down in Florida at the time. And he's like, hey, can you find us some open mic nights? And she's like, yeah, for sure. I'll find you something. So she finds us this open mic night in Tampa. And nobody get this fucked up on the story. I do not have a problem with gay people or anything like that, but this story is fucking hilarious and y'all are going to die. So we perform and everything, you know, we do all of our shit. Dude, I sold out of CDs that night. I sold out of CDs. I did not know where the fuck I was, though, probably because of how inebriated I was, right? So me and my manager, we're sitting there and we're watching this guy perform. And he starts singing this song about sucking dicks, right? And then so me and my homie Matt, we start looking around and we see, you know, dudes kissing and hugging on each other and chicks, you know, with the same sex hugging on each other.
Right.
And my boy Matt, he's kind of a little bit homophobic and shit like that. So he's like, oh, hell no, I got to get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever. You know, if I can, they bought all my CDs. So I was like, you know, these people are cool. So, but my homie Infamous, he's all inebriated. He doesn't even know what the dude on the stage is singing a song about. And he's all over there like, yeah. And I'm standing next to him, man. And he's giving people the wrong idea and shit. So I'm like, fuck, now I got to leave.
Hell yeah, man. I would be right there with them. Bro, so this is might piss off some of my fucking subscribers, but I don't care. I am an ally, as well as, you know, very about the scene. So I ramp it up. I try not to on the channel anymore because, you know, if you watch the early episodes, I just have a knack for saying shit to people. But I tend to, you know, be extra with people who are uncomfortable about it because I think it's funny. And so you know, if you've watched any of the old episodes or you know, you ever question why I just spontaneously start saying some, you know, fuck shit, it's because, you know, I don't give a fuck. I love everybody. Everybody should love everybody. Who fucking cares? Let people live their life.
I'm the same way, bro. Like, you know, your views on life might be a little bit different than mine. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. Just don't come over here trying to grab on me and some shit because I'm liable to hit you. And it's not my fault.
Hell yeah.
It's not my fault at that point.
Getting the hashtag you gay for that. I am absolutely gay for that, my guy. And speaking of that, also there's an old thing we used to do on the channel that I really got to stop because it pisses off people, but I would segue really badly. And I'm like, you know who else is gay for that? And then I would say the next artist. And it's gone bad sometimes. But we're gonna play another song. And let's see. Let's find one that's, you know, somewhat appropriate. I don't know. There's probably not one. Fuck yeah. Let's play a new track. You probably have heard. He dropped a new album called Cloudy Alibi, and it is pure fire. And this song is called Rotten Apple.
Hell yeah.
Hey, are you lost? Get up.
I'm feeling nothing like Novocaine in a dead discussion. Unamused, unexcited, apathetic stomach. Clock is ticking there, cuckoo bird about to pop its lung and blow the whistle like a soccer mom. My bad, getting hot. Complacent within my circumference, never lasted long. I peek too far at my parallel and my heart gets drawn. Like Jim Dunham tracing shapes and melanamorph. I publish my curious eyes, still I see nothing wrong. See, you know, he is some and always seem to speak of evil. I bleed the deacon to bring common sense back to people. Standing by like a butcher as all these lambs mingle, laughing at the ghost stories. Damn, don't let the prayer get you. When I was 6, the preacher knelt and said I'll go to hell for not being baptized in his wishing well. Said my parents didn't love me like I couldn't tell. Asked if he was coming, said nope, so I said easy sell. Never like my dirty mouth already of my sense of self. Bad seed, rotten apple, always making daddy proud. Asshole by nature, Cheshire grin inside a dark cloud. Barrel on your tongue, Hail Mary, yourself out. Barrel on your tongue, Hail Mary, see yourself out. The boogeyman is real and he ain't on the internet.
consequences become real for those who type in threats. My response a great bourbon, like who want it next? I'm seeking out opponents who worthy, but I ain't found them yet. So outspoken is self-loathing, the norm around here. So you thinking you'll kill my high, ain't seen the things that I fear. Your problems aren't congruent, sleep I'm losing, stuck in nightmare silhouettes upon my bed sheets and reruns in my blackmail. Tidal wave, landmine trip, why overdose? Lace through my corridor, trap door never closed. Been too much for me to swallow, think I might have chipped a tooth. Guess it rotted from my body mouth, that's a bad move. Been a bad move for you, here and now in any case. Future tense, talks with God's like damn, who fucked up your face? The price is right and here I am, taking center stage. Claim you're frozen but it's Fahrenheit 212 inside your grave. Never like my dirty mouth already, of my sense of self. Bad seed, rotten apple, always making daddy proud. Asshole by nature, Cheshire print inside a dark cloud. Arrow on your tongue, Hail Mary, see yourself out. Never like my dirty mouth already, of my sense of self. Bad seed, rotten apple, always making daddy proud. Asshole by nature, Cheshire print inside a dark cloud. Arrow on your tongue, Hail Mary, see yourself out.
Oh yeah, that was Rotten Apple by Stray of Sky Swamp Orange. Super fucking fresh. Let's get rid of that there. So as we were saying, you've been grinding pretty fucking hard. You've been doing tours left and right, and that's not about to stop. You have some upcoming shows as well, and I actually have some graphics to go along with this if you want to kind of plug some of your upcoming
yeah, fucking that I have nothing to do with.
all right. That one was yeah, no, that's the one I wanted.
There you go. Yep. So we got my homie fucking Whiteout on it, bonus, fucking jerk. I know some of these locals, but I don't know all of them. But yeah, so the Sublime Times thing, it's not really a tour, but it is kind of being treated like such. Like I got 5 dates or 4 dates I'm doing, I can't remember.
Hell yeah.
That are going to have the same flyer just like a tour would, but it's not really a tour. It's just me, you know, dropping this hippie type vibe show in your city. You know what I mean? So yep, we got 2 dates in New York, a date in Florida, and a date in Indiana at Carl's Tavern.
Hell yeah, man. Carl's Tavern. I gotta make it out there someday. It's talked about so much, and yeah, man, I gotta see it. Man. Eat the wings. Place. Everybody talks about the wings.
Bro, it's a really magical place, especially for people in the juggalo scene. Man, it's a very underground bar, and they don't discriminate against anybody because it's owned by, you know, juggalos. So fucking you know, anybody's welcome. Everybody has a great time. Me, Cody Manson, Michael Lawless, and Worm. That's like one of our favorite places to go and hang out and do shows together, man.
Hell yeah. And we also have some limited edition merch, which I forgot to ask you. We were going to talk about you doing art, which we can do afterward. But you have some merch coming up.
Yeah. All right. So that's a voodoo doll of me. So, you know, some Halloween shit, very limited edition. Not in this picture though. I do have another Halloween design that I put up, and it says "Suck my berries," and it has the Boo Berry ghost on it, and that shit's. I love cereal, man, and Boo Berry is my favorite cereal. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, Halloween is here." I got a couple boxes of blueberry just chilling. I was like, damn, I got to do a blueberry idea. So, yeah, Suck My Berries is a new merch idea, very limited edition. It will only be available until Halloween. So, the day after Halloween, all that shit's getting pulled. So, y'all better get it while you can.
And where can they get it?
They can they can visit Revolutionary Vision spreadshop.com.
And I made it easy for y'all because it's down in the comments as well as it's pinned at the top of our live comments.
Hell yeah. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, if you want any fucking Skero merch, that's the place to fucking find it.
Yep. And like I said, it's limited. So y'all better get these ones before they're not there, man, because they range in all sizes. So if there's any fat boys out there, any fat
Fat
kids
boys.
that need some big sizes,
I
we got
appreciate
you.
that because I am a 5X and there's so many artists I want to support, and a lot of them use the sites that only go to 3, or if they go to 5, it's like a $20 upcharge, and it's like, god damn, I just
I
want to
feel it,
support
man.
y'all.
Shit, I wear 2X's myself, and even when I gained a bit of weight since I got a
Right.
woman, man. She treats me good.
I feel
So fucking, but even when I was a little bit slimmer and shit, man, I was still wearing 2X's because I like the baggier clothes, man.
Mhm.
So big people, we got you, bro. We got you covered. Skinny people, we got you covered too. We got smalls,
Right.
extra smalls. Like
That's
we got.
I'm gonna put that
shit for the
PSA out
kids.
there. PSA to all you artists out there that are making merch. Cater to both the very large, like the 5X crowd like myself, and the extra smalls, because I know some young ladies that sounded weird. I know some young juggalettes that are a little on the smaller side, and they struggle to find like extra smalls and stuff. Myself
Dude,
as well. I wear the small because I like it tight.
My last few days on the Cosmic Infinity tour, I was surviving off of the little people, man. Fucking, I was like legit out of all of my t-shirts except for smalls. So I pinpointed out all the small people in the crowds. I was like, you're gonna buy a shirt. You're gonna buy a shirt. You're gonna buy a shirt, and it just worked in my favor. And yeah. Fucking small people, they all got the shirts, man. I sold out of everything on that tour.
And speaking of this, before we move on to the next thing, you offer art services as well as, you're not just a musician, but I believe you do art as well as I think it was verses you mentioned before.
Yeah, I do verses. I do graphic arts, man. Like what you see right here, all this shit that is on the t-shirts and the image itself is all designed by me. I do everything myself. I'm more known actually sometimes for doing graphics than I am my music.
Right. I saw a picture on Facebook, and I'm not 100% sure if you did it or not, but you commented on it, and it was a Simpsons drawing. And
yes, that was done by Mr. Eight Legs from.
Okay, I was gonna say it looked like 8 Legs style.
Yeah, it was done by Mr. Eight Legs from Super Famous Fun Time Guys, and I was just giving him a shout out because I was like, "Damn, you got your art in the end of a Simpsons episode that was about like Krusty being a Pennywise."
Hell yeah, there's a lot of amazing I keep trying to say juggle. A lot of amazing artists that are also musicians do art in our scene, and man, I'm always surprised at like some of the beautiful. Like I know Doc Gruesome is known for his art. 8 Legs, Killator, just to name a few. Like a lot of great. Keegan Grimm, who's also doing the printing right now, was just super fresh. Riff, what is up? Riff Shaw of RXC in the fucking chat. My brother. # Pancake Gang. I made that up. Yeah. I made that up right now, but
Pancake Gang. Pancake Gang, we with it, bro. You don't want to see us flip. No.
Diabetic Pancake Gang. Anyway, just came in to stop by and say I love you, bro. I love you too, my guy. Dinner is at 8. But this is the latest tour you've announced with the homie Cody Manson. Night of the Slice.
Just a show, not a tour.
Well, I'm sorry. I use them interchangeably. I do apologize for that.
You're good. You're good, man. Yeah, it's just a show, man. Cody Manson, myself, Whiteout. I think they pronounced their name Corathor. This may be my second show with them. They're actually pretty dope. Tony Bars, he's from I believe Salt Lake City, Utah, or just somewhere out in Utah. So this is gonna be his first time coming out in Ohio. It's going to be super dope. Got my homie King Golden on it. Got Killer King on it. And there's a lot of other dope artists that are on it too. There's 13 acts in total.
Sure.
Halloween event, man, is fucking going down. It's going to be crazy. I have a feeling that this will be one of the biggest Halloween shows that I've ever done. Got Mad Max in the building. Mad Max's meds. Fucking, as always, man, he just sponsors every event that I do. So, we got to keep it crispy and throw his logo on the flyer. And he will be posted up in the venue. So and then y'all want some of that Mad Max Meds merch and shit like that, go and visit his booth.
Right. I'm gonna add your link if you're watching. I don't want to say it's Mad Max Meds. I said it earlier anyway. I'm gonna add your link in there as well to the comments or the whatever it is, the description, because I want to. But I think that's the last one. Now here on the bottom it says contact for slots and info. Do you know if the slots are all full or if artists in the area?
As of right now, all of the slots are full.
Yeah, I want people to know if there's spots open for things.
Nope.
A lot of artists watch my show.
Unfortunately, to all the artists, I apologize. This show is all booked. But if you hit that email up in there, you can hit me up about other shows, man. There's always things going on. Shit, I might even have something going on in your city. So,
bro, we gotta get you down here in Pennsylvania.
Bro, that's a fact. That's actually one of the states I have not performed yet. I have not performed there.
The Reverb, or nobody ever like Pennsylvania is very like as of late we've been getting shows, but we rarely get shows. And luckily Scum has been putting on a few. LSP's been in the and then we just got Shaggy, which I'll talk about a little later.
Well, y'all got Michael Lawless out there too. He kind of
I live pretty close to Lawless, actually.
Yeah, so I know he lives pretty close to the border by Baltimore and shit. So
and Maryland, the Baltimore scene is insane. I know a couple of our viewers here are in that Baltimore scene area, and I love all those guys: Ruthless Rob, Grim Smiles, Cryptic Soul. Shout out to all you guys. I fucking love you if you're watching.
Fucking Lawless, if you see this, I love you, bro. Fucking shout out Pennsylvania homies.
Lawless, if you're watching, get out my show, motherfucker. No, I love you, bro. He's so busy too, man. He just like you, he's been grinding this year.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But I think that's it for the I hit the wrong button. I think that's it for the shows. Yeah. Smile says he has some info on this. Fuck, I'll wait for later then. Smiles, I'll hit you up and ask you
about that flyer you actually just showed the Scum, the Triple MFD tour. I do believe don't quote me on this because it might not happen, you know what
allegedly.
I'm saying? But there's like a good 75% chance that it is being brought to Albany, New York, or at least somewhere in that area.
Sure.
And I will be performing that date once it gets confirmed. But so don't quote me on it. But it very well could happen.
Right.
All my New York people, you know what I'm saying? Come pull up.
Something we used to say a lot is allegedly. Allegedly.
Me and my homie B used to say that a lot, allegedly. Like after everything we would say, even if it was true.
I think my homie Bashed and like some of the people intersect because that's what he does. And he's like I said, he's from Boston Spa, and he he's very much in that area. So
yeah.
And he knows Mad Max Meds and stuff. So it could be some intersect there.
It's a small world, bro. It's a super small world. I feel like I know everybody, like for real.
But hey, I'm trying to end the stream. Let's not do that. I'm not good at this, guys. I've only been doing this for 40 episodes. You think I'd get it by now? Let's watch one of your music videos. Now, would you prefer to watch the older one or the newer one first?
Listen, I think you should play the introduction. That is like my best music video.
I don't know if I have that one because I preloaded them. We'll see. I gotta look at which ones I pulled from you. Here, I might be embarrassing you.
I bet you probably pulled up Party B, didn't you?
I do have Party B.
I knew it.
I have Party B, and I have Alien Brains. Obviously, is one of your newer tracks, and I wanted to show off. I love the music video for that one. Because where you're at and what you're doing.
You might think that I'm embarrassed by Party B, but I fucking love that song.
I had a sneaking suspicion. I thought it portrayed a little bit more of the sillier side, and I was like, I'm a silly guy. So which one would you rather hear first, Party B or Alien Brains?
You know what? Just to show them like the progression and shit like that, go ahead and play Party B first.
Party B. All right. You wanna hype it up? Any background information?
All right. So like we talked about earlier, hit back in the history, me and 3reality, we used to make a bunch of shit together, man. So we were like, man, let's do some like stupid ass funny type shit. Let's write a song, let's do a music video, and let's upload it all in 24 hours. I was like, say less. So we stayed up all day doing the song, got the song done, and then it became like 9 o'clock at night. So we hit the streets and started making the music video for it. I stayed up all night until like 3 o'clock in the morning making that music video. And then once 24 hours hit on the dot, I had that bitch uploaded on YouTube.
Hell yeah. I'm not trying to be offensive here because I love the fucking guy I'm about to mention, but he does get clowned sometimes. But it reminds me a lot of the homie Cluner and King of Farmington. And just that, you're in like real places rapping like, like you're not. And shout out to Cluner if you're watching, bro. I love you.
I apologize. I can't say I've heard of that, but yeah, that's essentially what it was.
Hell yeah, man. If you haven't checked out Cluner, you owe it to yourself to do it. It's silly. Ironic. He played The Gathering a couple of years ago as well. And he had this viral song. He ended up on like Tosh.0 and shit. And like,
no shit, that's crazy.
Jump Steady was just, obsessed with this dude. And I've become friends with him. He's a great fucking guy. And he played The Gathering and he started making a couple Juggalo songs and stuff. It's super funny. So definitely check out Cluner if you haven't. That goes for everybody watching. But let's watch this, which is Party B.
So if you want your ass ate, go on Twitter, follow me. This is where the party be. 20 bad bitches entourage, yeah, they follow me. This is where the party be. 20 bad bitches entourage, yeah, they follow me. This is where the party be. Yeah. 5 bad bitches all thirsty for 3. Mommy, you look so good when you're down on your knees. They say pimpin' ain't easy, but I'm a fucking G. I got no limit. Fulfill your fantasy. You can be my drink and I can be your ecstasy. You know, and get tipsy and get high as some weed. 2 vapes and 2 cars, 100% THC. I roll back when I set you free. Possess you like a demon when you need a release. God, all you gotta say is please. Addicted to the dick, I'm your favorite disease. Come and get your fix, come and give it a squeeze. She's black and I'm white, just like piano keys. We be making music every night in between the sheets. Wake the neighbors up to the sound of the beats. Yeah. Hey, this is where the party be. 20 bad bitches entourage, yeah, they follow me. Hey, this is where the party be. 20 bad bitches entourage, yeah, they follow me. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for me. Hey, this is where the party be. 20 bad bitches entourage, yeah, they follow me. Hey, this is where the party be. 20 bad bitches entourage, yeah, they follow me.
Appreciate you, bro.
Bro, I love that. I love that so much. And SpongeBob, man, that's all I gotta say about that is Sponge. What was the story behind the SpongeBob stuff?
Bro, my homie just had a big giant stuffed SpongeBob, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's take it with us, bro."
Hell yeah, man! As a '90s child, SpongeBob is gold, no matter where it is.
Absolutely, man. It might have destroyed some of the youth, but I fucking love SpongeBob.
Hell yeah. Ashhole says, "I love the silly." Absolutely, man. Silly is one way to go with it, and I'm about it 100% of the time.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm
And
glad that people fuck with that shit, man, because like I said, it was all done in 24 hours.
that's you see, that's interesting and something we would have known if we didn't have you here with us.
Absolutely.
And there is also featuring in that video a New York style pizza, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask my New York underground rap guest your feelings about pineapple on pizza.
Y'all might be surprised, but I fuck with it to an extent. Like, it's not my favorite, but if somebody buys it, I'll eat the shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't hate it. You know what I mean? But I'm a pizza connoisseur.
New
You know what
York
I'm
or
saying?
Chicago style? I know it's not a question. It's not a question.
That's not a question, bro. Come on, New York all
Right.
day.
100%.
Like,
Chicago's tripping, bro.
but I will, like, every time I'm in New York, bro, I will literally beg somebody to go bring me to New York style pizza. Like,
Right.
fucking we was out, me, D-Ray, What It Do, Millie, and our whole crew that we had with us on the tour. We did a date in Albany in my hometown, and I was like, yo, man, y'all never seen the city. We should, it's only 2.5 hours away from here. We should go down and check out the city and shit like that. So we went to Times Square. Obviously, Millie, he's a super nerd. If anybody knows who Millie is, super nerd, bro. As soon as he seen the whole skyline of New York City, he was like, oh, yo, guys, this is where Spider-Man's from. So fucking,
Yeah.
he wanted to go get pizza from Joe's Pizzeria, which was in the early 2000s Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire.
Sure. Yep.
So he wanted to go eat there, and I was like, all right, bet if we can catch it and they're not packed. And of course, it's a world famous place after that movie,
Right.
so it's always fucking packed. So I was like, all right, I know another place. Let's go walk around the block and shit. So we only waited like 5 minutes to get pizza, and I think it's better than Joe's. People can say whatever they want.
I feel that. So earlier today on Facebook there was a heated conversation led by Gibby Stites over yo, what up, Young Hollow? Over Philadelphia style cheesesteaks, which in Pennsylvania that's a hot button issue. And personally, I think like Geno's and them, they're overrated. I think Whiz is overrated. I know a lot of people like the Whiz, but
yeah,
Whiz is overrated.
I've see, you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I don't go out there that much. I've never actually had a Philadelphia cheesesteak, like a real thing.
Man, you're missing it.
I gotta try it. Like, listen, some homies in New York have made me some of that style, and it came with the beef broth and everything and shit, and it was slap. I loved it. And to this day, I have not had a better Philly cheesesteak than that. But I've never had one in Philly,
right?
And I bet you it would be life changing. I definitely would like to experience that. Another thing about New York, because they just always have great food, man. I really don't like Chinese food from any other place from New York unless it's like Los Angeles. Because obviously it's a tourist spot, and they have tons of world-renowned chefs out there. But as far as Chinese food goes, man, New York has got that shit on lock, bro.
Right.
There's this place out in Albany. It's a little bit bougie, but it's called Rain Asian Cuisine, and like I said, it's out in Albany on Lark Street. And it is the best Chinese food I've ever had in my entire life.
Man, I lived in the Midwest for a while, and I didn't realize some of the food that I grew up with, and then I love to death is just regional to Pennsylvania. And
Yeah.
I went to a breakfast joint, and it was in Oklahoma, and I ordered scrapple. And if you're not from Pennsylvania, maybe northern fucking like northern Washington, you don't know what scrapple is. And this lady looked at me like I was speaking another language. And it was at that moment that I realized that I fucked up because Pennsylvania. A lot of Amish cuisine here and like, homey foods.
Yeah, the regional thing you're definitely right about, dude, because being from New York,
Mm,
where buffalo wings come from in Buffalo,
right.
we're all big super fans of blue cheese, man. Blue cheese on
Right.
everything. Across the rest of the country, they're all like, fuck blue cheese, man. We use ranch. And I'm like, I'll fuck with ranch, dude. Like, not at all, especially on some wings. It's like blue
Right.
cheese is meant for chicken. Another thing, is like with foods with like nationalities as well, too. Because
Right.
I'm part Native American, and as a kid, I didn't know any better. I was a kid, you know what I mean? I didn't think about that type of shit. But my mom, she used to make fried bread dough for us all the
Sure.
time. And me and my sister, we fucking love that shit, man. We ate that shit up all the time. And it's just always been one of our favorite things that she did because, she's not here with us anymore now. So it's just like a memory that we think of and shit. And that shit was so fucking good. And I went and did a show on a reservation, and they brought me some greasy fried bread, man. And I was like, yo, I hadn't had this since my mom was alive. What the fuck? And apparently it's, I didn't know, like I said, I was a kid. I didn't know any better. But apparently in our nationality, it's a thing that we eat a lot. And that explains why my mom used to make it so much and shit like that, because she was from the reservation. And, I used to go out there on the res with her, but I know, you know what I mean? So like, fucking, I was never really exposed to all that culture until I got older. And, it threw me off a little bit, and it brought some good memories to me as well to see greasy fried bread in my
Hell
life
yeah.
again.
So going along the idea of like, regional, not regional, but like ethnic preferences as well. Me and
Yeah.
the homie Flapjack Wilson were having this conversation about hot sauce, and I gotta ask, what is your go-to hot sauce? Because
My
there's a range,
Louisiana hot sauce, dog.
Oh my goodness. Man, as growing up half Puerto Rican and always going to my abuela's house for, rice and beans and shit. I refuse to acknowledge anything that's not Tapatio. And I know
Listen,
Tapatio's weak. I know
we
it's
got
weak, but
we
it's
got
sweet,
we
you
got
know.
Tapatio. We got Tapatio down in the cabinet right now, and we got Louisiana
I
hot
don't do
sauce.
the vinegar based, like I'm not a fan of Frank's Red Hot or
I don't really
Sriracha or
I
any of
don't really
those.
care. I don't really care for Frank's either, but the actual brand Louisiana hot sauce is good.
Mhm. Louisiana's a little. I don't hate it, but like I said, I don't acknowledge. If I'm in a bind, I'll use Cholula. But
Cholula's good. We keep that in the cabinet
in a
downstairs too,
bind,
bro.
I'll do Cholula. But Tapatio or get the fuck out in my house.
See,
Um,
when it comes to like spicy things, man, there's actually this like creamy sauce that I get
mhm,
at Walmart, and it's a salsa verde sauce with like jalapenos in it and shit, man, and
sure.
it's really fucking hot, but it's really good.
Man, I don't do hot well at all. Like my homie did the one chip challenge, and I was like, bro, good luck. Like
Uh,
I'm a wimp when it comes to hot food. And I'll say it here, I don't care. I don't care what y'all think. I'm a
my
little bitch.
my mom, she used to tell me all the time, yo, you eat shit that rot out a billy goat's gut. And I'm like, yeah, probably. I'll probably end up with some ulcers and some shit too, but I don't
Right.
give a fuck.
I mean, I fucked up my body in other ways. Hashtag diabetes gang. Um,
My
but
sister just got diagnosed with that shit.
yeah,
My mom was diagnosed with that shit, and my sister's doctor told her that she should tell me that I need to go get checked from a doctor because the shit's hereditary. And
It
shit.
is
So I'm
hereditary. My
like,
mom
I'm
is
like,
losing her
fuck,
second leg. My mom's losing her second leg, in a couple weeks, and
damn.
since we're on this topic of disabilities and diabetes and whatnot, I did promise the homie that I would talk about his walk, his 5K walk. So I'm gonna just do that really quick while we're on the subject. Oh, I didn't fucking write it down. Well, it's Ron the Don. I had it up here. I'm just gonna pull it up really quick. Stall. No. I was just talking to the dude. This is the best part of the show. I call it dead air. Hell yeah. We were talking about sparkling ice. All right. Ron the Don. It's a 5K walk to support people with disabilities. And it's going to be at Blake's. I don't have the graphic, of course. It's going to be at Blake's Big Apple and Haunted Attractions. Close that. Armada, Michigan. It's this Friday from 5 to 11. So if you're in the area, you want to help support out for a good cause. It's Ron the Don and everyone walking for juggalos with disability. If y'all want more info, I'm going to share it to my Facebook. Y'all know where to fucking find it.
Speaking of juggalos with disabilities, I don't know what that dude's name is, but he does like videos all the time where he like jumps off of like a truck into like a table with like cheese graters and nails and
superhuman.
Bro, I fucking love that guy, man. Anybody who shits on that dude, I want to fucking like punch him in the face because that dude is the shit, and he sacrifices his body just for our entertainment. Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anybody talking shit about superhuman is a juff, and I don't use that word a lot because I think it's silly, but juffs, I swear.
Oh man, but, I don't know if you ever heard of Matt Secor, but he was a MMA fighter on Ultimate Fighter. Okay. And he used to go to my old high school in New York and shit like that. And he fucking just hated juggalos, man. He just fucking absolutely hated them. So it's funny because now that he's like kind of famous and shit like that and owns his own dojo, this kid got bullied, and I guess like he shot his bully or something like that in the city that I'm from. And so now he's doing this anti-bullying rally. And I'm like, that's kind of funny coming from the guy who used to like pick on juggalos every day back in high school. Like, dude, there's some of my homies, like my homegirl Bree, which is Mad Max's his wife or girlfriend or whatever they are, you know what I mean? Yeah. But dude, like she's still emotionally scarred from some of the shit that he's done to her. And it's like, yo, you fucked up. Now you're doing this anti-bullying rally and shit like that. And man, just stop.
I was lucky in a sense, but unlucky also that I lived in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. And I was the only juggalo in my high school. So nobody knew about juggalos enough to pick on me for it. So I was just a fat kid. But nobody ever knew, like, they couldn't have accurately picked on me for being a juggalo. They'd be like, oh, you wear clowns on your shirt. I'm like, yeah. And
back from like 2000 to like 2009, maybe 2010, I want to say like everybody where I lived kind of thought it was cool to be a juggalo. Like, even if they had friends that were like, oh, we don't fuck with ICP or any of those weirdos, they'd like keep it on the down low that they fucked with ICP. They would come over to our cribs after school and shit, buy weed and shit. And, they'd be, oh yeah, I listen to ICP and shit like that. And it's like, don't you hang out with the jocks and shit? And it's like, yeah, but I still fuck with them and shit. It's like, oh, you one of those undercover people. I see.
As soon as I graduated, the very next class, they all kind of found ICP at the same time. And it was fun because like I was friends with I called them townies because they're the kids that lived in town that were poor like me. And I used to loan them out my CDs because they all just were experiencing it at the same time. And I was like the old sage juggalo, which was funny because I didn't know shit either. And then they eventually lapped me, and then they taught me about tech and all the other acts because I didn't have the internet as a kid because I was broke as shit. and so I couldn't keep up with any of it, and they could.
So I'm gonna get into some shit right now.
Right.
My homie Forrest Taylor. Shout out to my homie if he's listening or ends up listening to this shit. One of my longtime best friends. He and I used to be those kids that would wear, it was just me and him hanging out all the time, and we would show up wearing like Hatchet Man this, Hatchet Man that every day to school, and so inevitably we always kind of got fucked with, and this dude Forrest, he's a lot bigger than me, a lot bigger,
Right?
But back when we were kids, he wasn't a very confrontational person. So a lot of the times it was me sticking up for him in middle school. But nowadays, man, I feel like he would just grab a motherfucker and throw him across the room because of how big he is. And he finally realizes how big he is. And he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I used to be so timid, let people fucking bully me and shit. And then junior year, I'm like, bro, all these jocks are half my fucking size. And why am I scared of these guys? Well, they ain't gonna do nothing. And I was the broke kid. I ended up getting a job as soon as possible. I bought I had 6 t-shirts. It was like 5 ICP and 1 twisted one. And that's all I own. And I wore that shit on rotate. Like I didn't wear other clothes at that point. I was like, no, and then I call them shants. A lot of people call them jorts. Classic old J where you'd wear the fucking long ass jeans shorts that go down to your fucking shin, and chain hanging from my shit.
When I was in middle school, bro, I used to wear the trip pants, bro. Like,
man, they don't make trip pants in super fat guys, so I never could.
Oh, dude, I used to wear the trip pants, man, and I had a pair of trip pants for every day of the week. All sorts of different fucking clown merch, twisted, and this is way back before the divide and shit. So like, it was cool to have a bunch of different shit and fucking, share it with homies. We would all trade shirts for cooler shirts or whatever, fuck that we thought.
Yeah, man, those old Hot Topic ones, those are the ones I had. And man, I wore them to rags. Like literally none of them exist anymore because they've disintegrated at this point because I've wore them so much.
Fucking my favorite thing that I ever had as a piece of ICP merch, and I got it from Hot Topic, and I didn't realize what it was when I bought it. So I was in foster care at the time, right? And my foster mom, she's like, all right, I'm gonna take you to the mall to get clothes for school and da 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 da. So I'm like, all right, bet, Hot Topic, I'm going to go get some fucking ICP merch. They only had one ICP shirt in there, and it was a Jekyll Brothers face. So I'm like, all right, bet, I'll just grab that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I get to the whip and I start looking at the shirt, and the Jekyll Brothers face, I think it was Jake Jekyll, its face was the U in fuck the world. And I was like, oh shit, I can't wear this to school. And my foster mom was so fucking pissed. But I was like, you know what? This is still a dope ass shirt, man. I'm gonna rock this shit, when I go to the stores or whatever.
I have that problem now, or I don't think about it, and I buy shirts that are Juggalo-ish. Or I bought at a HorrorCon, I bought a Thanksgiving shirt, and on the back it says "Gobble Gobble, motherfucker." And I'll forget I'm wearing it, and I'll go to like my girl works at a grocery store. I'll go to the store with the kids, and she's like, "Why are you wearing that shirt in here?" Or I'll like. The one time we had to go meet her teacher, and I'm in the car and I realize I'm wearing my Gobble Gobble motherfucker shirt, and I'm like, oh man, I'm lucky my hoodie's in the back because like that's not good. I should not be wearing this in a elementary school.
So my son is 14. He's about to be 15 soon. He's my stepson, not my legitimate, but I still love him the same. You know what I mean? So those Boo Berry shirts that I just came out with, fucking, they got them in hoodies too, man. I had to cop him one, man. He saw that shit and he was like, bro, I want that, because he's old enough to get it. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen, if you can at least understand it and shit like that, and you're not going to be ignorant about it, dude, if you want to get it and just wear it at home, or wear it out to a store or something, I don't give a fuck. You ain't wearing the shit to school, but I'll get you a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Ashel said the worst I had was West Coast Wicked shit. I'm like PG-13 at the worst. I just bought a Clockwork E-shirt, and it's the worst one they have. And it's What Would Jesus Booth, and I got it, and I wore it, and my girlfriend saw me in the shirt, and she's like, "You're not fucking wearing that out the house ever."
That's fucking
Like,
hilarious.
I'm like, all right, I love it though. But
That is funny.
yeah, man, Clockwork, man, they're making fucking strides. Everyone from
mean,
the Columbus area, I
it
feel
can't-
like, is a strong scene. It's a very strong scene.
It can't be worse than the Sex Waffles. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Oh, I've heard of the Sex Waffles. Yeah,
Dude, their logo is literally a waffle with a vagina on it. Like,
right. Man, I have some shirts in my collection that are not allowed to leave the house for sure. As long as you don't wear it to church. I don't go to church.
yeah.
But speaking of not going to church, let's play another song. Bad segues. Actually, let's watch this other music video.
Oh shit! Let's get into some more shit.
Hell yeah, this is, and you can hype this one up. This is one of your newer tracks off of your latest album, which I didn't throw that picture in there. If you want to plug your newest album while I'm pulling it up, you can.
Gardens EP.
Hell yeah.
The song he's about to pull up is Alien Brains. So I'll give you a little story behind the track and the other shit itself. So the story behind the song is me and my homie, we were selling some edibles and shit and psychedelics and whatnot. So this one dude had hit us up, and he was really drunk, and he sent a voice clip, and he's like, "Oh, I'm taking order of them alien brains, bruh." And I was like instantly inspired by that. I was like, bro,
Hell yeah.
I need to make a beat right now and a motherfucking song to this shit called Alien Brains. And I'm going to put his voice clip at the beginning of it. So literally this voice clip inspired a whole entire song, right? So I start making the beat and everything, and this shit sounded dope. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then he comes and he grabs the shit off of us. And he sends us another voice message right after. He goes, "Thanks, bro. I knew you'd always have my back," or some shit like that, right? And so it just went perfectly with it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put that shit at the end of the song, dude. Like, what? This dude is sending me gold right now.
Hell yeah.
So fucking
keep him on speed dial.
Yeah. So fucking used the voice clips, made a whole beat, made a whole song, came up with a theme for it and shit. And I sent it to the homie King Ruthless, and I was like, I know you can spaz just as good as I can on this beat, and this beat goes hard as fuck. So I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need a verse, bro. And he not only did a verse, he did a hook because he felt the beat so much. I was like, hell yeah,
bro. So, I will say this music video is also wild, and they'll talk about what's gonna happen. We'll talk about it after. But I love the setting. I love everything about this one.
So the thing about the music video is the quality is very low budgeted. Reason for that being, King Ruthless actually has a really dope ass camera that we were supposed to use, and this motherfucker forgot a camera to a goddamn music video shoot. How the fuck do you forget the camera to a damn music video shoot?
Hell yeah.
So anyway, we just ended up using the camera that was on my iPhone, and we just worked with what we had.
You know,
so
nowadays those cameras are better than like half. Like, I have a GoPro, and I'm sure there's iPhones that will outperform the GoPro hard.
My phone definitely could, but the thing is I got the iPhone 11, man. The iPhone 15 is about to come out, so the quality of my shit is not as good as it.
Bro, I have a cricket ass phone. I don't even know. It's an LG something or other. It's old as fuck. I never had the newest phone or any of that shit.
All Apple products, bro. Everything Apple.
Oh, I talk shit about Apple on a daily basis.
Dude, but if you're a creative,
I agree.
The things that they have for you, it allows you to create the best quality product you can for you.
I will say the Apple tablets, and because I have two homies that use them for art production, they are superior to everything else.
But yeah, right now, I'm talking to everybody, all of you. Hi, what's up? I'm talking to all y'all. on a Mac right now. I just choose Apple products.
Right. He's just balling. I get it. You're a big baller.
No, I ain't balling, bro. I'm renting this shit. Rent to own
$50
type
fucking
shit.
to plug in to charge it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's the thing is if my shit breaks, I want to be able to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, Macs really aren't that bad to fix.
Yeah,
as long as
no,
you
I'm
got,
just-
like a tech.
I talk shit more about the iPhone, but anyway, alien brains. Here we go.
We're taking order the alien brains, bro.
Feeling like I'm on some LSD with a flow so cold that you can see me breathe. Cause yes indeed, I'm seeing things that's got a brother tripping out and spend the EBT. Please, anybody got a drink? I'm thirsty, but really drinking, thinking this might be an emergency. Probably shouldn't drive the way I've been swerving, cutting through traffic like I'm Kyrie Irving. I'm feeling like ET, cause everything I touch lights up like LED. And nothing around me makes sense, I'll be like, does not compute like I'm CP3. Whoa, hold up, wait a minute, nigga, let me get it. I'ma kill it every time I get up in that booth. Me and Skero been in the lab, but just up in the bag with a couple bit bags of shrooms. Like D-Frey with it do. It's been a minute since I got this lifted like a brand new Dodge with a 6-inch slip kit. Walked in the booth with a big ass bonks, and when they sent me the song, I was ready to rip shit. Wrote a few hits of acid and a blunt now. Shit's in a minute like an episode of Simpsons. Like, hold up, did I just see Homer and Marge naked in the backyard? Think he was giving her the business. My God, with this I'm faded. How in the fuck did this end up on my playlist? May have overdid it a little. I think the middle was crippled, and I don't think anybody can save it. But for real, I'm sorta kinda feeling amazing. This beat feeling like we took off in a spaceship. Even though it's been like 3 whole days in the basement. Even though it's been like, wait, if I don't die, then you can't ever fucking hurt me. We are not the same alien brains to you earthlings. I'm merchants. Yeah, cause I be feeling like E.T. Cause I be feeling like E.T. Yeah, cause I be feeling like E.T. Now all of you haters beneath me. Hey, perforated paper pop in my mouth, an hour later I'm a space invader shooting lasers like Major. My shit shocking like tasers, no teasers for the haters, cause they on some bullshit. Don't play with Gator, or you get ate up like acid tabs on my tongue. I'm gonna spark in the back, yo, with lightsabers. Fighting off Vader like a damn Captain with space racers, bringing you flavor you can savor. These sights got me hype a little out of my mind. Between being a genius and a psycho, there's a fine line that I combine. When I take tabs and rhyme, I survive off that. Look at me thrive. Look in my eyes, I'm fine. I always see the sunny side. I got the supplies to come by to the drive-thru. I got the low price on a million brains. That's right, mix it with a little bit of psilocybin, and I'm vibing, I'm tripping on my nuts. There's no trying to hide that I'm high as fuck. I'd be lying if I said that I was, but I was just trying to get a little buzz. Come to the kitchen for a fiction of the vision with knowledge that is given. You might be crazy, honestly, who is it? Me and Rufus came to give you the business. Bitches want a dosage of me both split. Aliens tell me the definition. Got bodies on the floor like Limp Bizkit. Came to stir the pot like Biscuit. Running my mouth, got shoes from the dentist. Can't help, I'm a savage, stop acting like your shit is magic. It's noise pollution. And sorry, it's the acid. Got my thoughts rapid, thinking about the evolution. Make me feel like a reptile. My shit's hard, you're a reptile. Dysfunction, don't show up to the function under an assumption that there's some sort of discussion for production. Cause I'm really in the field constructing science for you dum-dums, bitch. This is alien brain, so you better get ready for a fucking abduction. If I don't die, then you can't ever fucking hurt me. We are not the same alien brains to you earthlings. I'm merchants. Yeah, cause I be feeling like E.T. Cause I be feeling like E.T. Yeah, cause I be feeling like E.T. Now all of you haters beneath me. If I don't die, then you can't ever fucking hurt me. We are not the same alien brains to you earthlings. I'm merchants. Yeah, cause I be feeling like E.T. Cause I be feeling like E.T. Yeah, cause I be feeling like E.T. Now all of you haters beneath me. Hey, when I say alien, y'all say brains. Alien, alien. When I say alien, y'all say brains. Alien, alien.
Thanks, man. I knew you'd come through for me.
Hell yeah. Bro, you guys brought the fire on that track. 100%, man.
I appreciate that, man.
I gotta ask, so what was like the process of picking the location? Like, you know, y'all in a kitchen.
Actually, so there, Leo's is where we shot the music
Okay.
video. Leo's is a music venue that I used to do the booking for. It's under new management now and stuff like that, and it's a whole brand new team. Actually, very super dope people. The woman who does the booking now, I asked her, I was like, hey, I got this music video I'm trying to do. I really kind of need a kitchen So the music venue actually is a pizzeria at the same time. So it's got a music venue on one side of it and a pizzeria on the other. So I asked her if I could just use the kitchen in the pizzeria, and she gave me the go ahead. So we just showed up, made a music video, and bumped the fuck out.
Hell yeah, man. Did you have like specific rules you had to follow while you were in their kitchen?
No, actually, she didn't like give me any rules at all. But any kitchen utensils that we used and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
I took and I washed them and stuff like that. Like I'm a pretty fucking considerate person. I'm not gonna just
Hell
leave
yeah.
dirty, you know what I mean? So,
And the alien brains in the video, what were they comprised of?
actually, it was hamburger and food dye.
Hell yeah. That's what it looked like. I was like, hell yeah, this is fresh.
Yeah.
Um, man, I don't know. I love that video. Like I said, y'all bring it in with the verses on those. And the chorus just, hits different. And I love that song. And
Hell
there
yeah.
was no way I wasn't playing that video tonight. Uh, but hell yeah. Going back to kind of, you said the drunk guy hitting you up. That's a really funny story. I have a story similar to that when I was in your early 20s, when you decide, hey, alcohol's a thing, let's drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
And girls are a thing. Let's try to talk to them, I guess. There was a girl that worked at the Subway my best friend worked at. And I was drinking at the time. And the one day I'm hanging out with him and he's messaging her and I'm drunk as fuck. And I'm like, bro, tell her, I don't know, tell her something. He's like, he threw the phone at me. He's like, you fucking text her. And I wrote that she had petty eyes instead of pretty eyes. And with my level -1,000 Riz that I have. And for the rest of the time, for the rest of her life, I'm just gonna remember as petty eyes, and that's all I ever fucking called her from that point on.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's funny how like little shit like that will just forever stick with you.
Yeah, for sure. I don't drink as much as I used to. Like once in a while, you'll see me at a show. I'll have like a Jack and Coke, or I don't
Mhm.
know if you ever heard of them, but liquid marijuanas. They're pretty fucking good.
No, I haven't.
It's kind of like a Caribou Lou, but with more liquor in it.
Oh, okay. See, when I was 20 something, it was all the rage, and then as soon as I hit the legal age to drink, it was no longer fun, and it became more work. And then once you hit close to your 30s, you're like, man, I don't. You think more about the results than you do the actual drinking, and you're like, bro, I'm past those days.
Yeah,
But
see, I'm actually only 27, man.
okay,
So
young pup.
I'm still pretty young, which yeah, I'm 27. Don't let me join the 27 club this year. Y'all gotta
Yeah,
protect
man.
me and shit.
All
But
the best wishes for that one.
but yeah, so yeah, I just kind of knew like last year, man, the drinking kind of caught up with me and shit.
Right.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, I gotta calm down with this
That's
shit.
definitely the late 20s thing to do. My homie Bash, who I keep talking about, he kicked alcohol at the beginning of this year, and fuck, I love him for it. And I hope he keeps on. And like I said, I don't really drink. Like I'll have a drink if I go out. I drink. I'm an old man at heart, so I drink old fashions.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old man. But all the kids watching, they're like, "What the fuck is an old fashioned?" Uh, if it's not crazy, they don't want it.
So,
Anyway,
like you were just saying about your homie, he just got sober and shit from the alcohol.
hell yeah.
Shout out to that dude. That shit's hard to do. Shout out to my homie back in New York, Adam Hayes, man. He recently had a really bad problem with drinking, and it was eating away at his life, and it was destroying a lot of shit for him. And he recently, I think it was about I want to say a year ago, his grandmother passed away, which, my condolences and shit.
Right.
Fucking, but after his grandmother passed away, he got clean from the alcohol. He still smokes a shit ton of weed. But he got clean from the booze, man. And I'm really proud of him for it, dude, because it seems like his life is more together. He's got a whip now. He's not really worried about too much. He's just,
Right.
he goes to work, goes home, and goes fishing, and that's really about his whole entire life. And he's doing really good for himself, and I'm really proud of him. So shout out to that dude. Shout out to
Yeah.
shout out to anybody that's getting sober and getting themselves clean.
Right.
Because
And there's some really cool juggalo Facebook groups and groups. There's open hearted juggalos in recovery, run by Woody Woo. Shout out to him for really putting out the energy. As well as JR Riddlebox runs a group called Juggalos and Juggalettes in recovery from hardcore drugs and alcohol, I think it is. If I butchered that, JR, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's Facebook groups. Go check them out. They are very supportive of not just addiction, but mental health and other things as well. So, us fam, we're here for you. If you're having problems, fucking don't hesitate to reach out.
For sure, man. So I hate to have to like cut this interview short.
Bro, it's short. 2 hour, almost 2 hours is actually where we usually end it. It's not short.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely getting late. The kids got school tomorrow.
Bro,
and shit,
I feel you.
So
This show used to be
do
6
the
hours.
dad thing.
The show used to be 6 hours. It's now like 3 or 4. Sometimes even less. But it's the perfect time to play your very last song. We'll play you out with your last song.
Hell yeah.
But before we do, is there any final shout outs to people or anything you want to plug before we head off into the distance?
I want to shout out gang real quick. 5187, man. Y'all already know. Scroat, Wayne, fucking Bree, everybody out in New York, man. Just I'll fuck with y'all, man. And y'all already know what the vibes is and the energy. So shout out to everybody back home that's still fucking with me. That's on some gang shit. Let's go. Fucking shout out Cody Manson, because lately he's been putting me on a lot of shit and working with me and just kind of helping me get my shit out there a little bit more. So shout out Cody Manson, man. Really super dope ass dude. Y'all better check his music out. He's got shit with Ghost Main, all sorts of people. Shout out Whiteout. Whiteout's been doing a lot of shit with me recently too, man. Super humble dude. Rainer, fucking MTM, Mad Max Meds, fucking let's go.
Oh yeah, man. So this last song we're gonna play is also off of your most recent EP. I keep saying album. Again, I use those interchangeably. And this song, I think it's the last track on your EP called
Love to Hate.
Love to Hate.
Hell yeah.
So thank you again for coming on, man. It's been a fun interview.
They
don't always go as swimmingly as tonight's has gone.
Well, I had a great time. As you can see,
hell yeah.
Fucking I set my room up perfectly kind of for this shit, man.
I appreciate you being on a computer. Not to not to shit on all my other artists that come on the phone. It's just easier and the quality is better when you're on a computer. So I appreciate you being on a computer, even though it's
absolutely,
Mac.
man. Yeah, and yeah, man, get the fuck out of here with that.
Speaking of love to hate, I love to hate, but it's all love. We're gonna end it off tonight. Well, at least we're gonna play you off tonight because I had a little bit more show left.
Hell yeah.
With Love to Hate. Any background on this one?
Man, just like any music artist out there that's coming up in the world, you always deal with people that try to bring you down with this negative energy, man. So obviously these type of people love to hate, you know what I mean? So a lot of people hate me and I love it. So I made a song about it.
I feel that. And before I play it, I'm gonna plug myself a little bit here. We just dropped a video on my history as the Bartlehouse radio, going all the way back to the beginning. And episode 1 of that just dropped, where we talk about probably our biggest feud, what got me started, which was our history with a infamous fucking podcast called Toxic Plague Entertainment. If y'all haven't peeped it out yet, it's a doozy.
Those dudes I actually do not fuck with. They're actually
I know 100 because Bash was part of TPE, but he was the one that was outcast and shit.
Yeah,
I know the whole story.
So dude, what's weird about it is like I don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna say everything I got.
Yeah, no, go for it, man.
Dude, them dudes are from my area. I actually only know one of them. So
Probably
all of them hate on me. I only know one of them personally, and when I watch him do his podcast, his personality is mine mixed with somebody else's that we used to hang out with. So it's like, oh man, now you're trying to steal my whole personality. That shit's funny as fuck. And who I'm talking about is Toxic, which is Derek Clear.
I thought you would have meant Plague, who was you remind me a little bit of Plague, and that's not an insult, even though we have
Derek used to have the most craziest anxiety, bro, and he always used to like look at us like scared all the time of just like nothing. Like one time he babysat for Bree, right? And he freaked out because he didn't know how to change a diaper. And it's like, bro, it's not that hard. Like,
I remember having a kid though, and the first time I was like scared, but you just got to do it. You know?
Yeah, and so he's just he's always been an anxiety driven person.
Yeah.
And so to see him doing this podcast and trying to be this confident person, which is like, cool, kudos to you. But now you're hating on me trying to be me.
Right.
And it's very I guess it's flattery at the same time, but it's also like, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I feel it. We have a history with those guys, and if anybody's interested in that story, you can check out the video. It's a 3-part video, including crazy shit that's coming, including stuff with CPN and Chuck Reeves that we butted heads with, Blase Rose, and more currently some other podcasts that are up now. And I said it on the video. I'm going to say it here again. We're not trying to hate. There's just, some of it's unavoidable for our past. So we're trying to stick to the facts and leave the emotion behind.
People just choose to hate, and that's on them, because I don't choose to hate anybody. But if you give me some negative energy, bro, I'm going to give that same energy right back to you.
I feel it. So anybody who watches it and comments like they live rent free in her head, or which was a comment we got, or any of that shit, just know I don't subscribe to that thinking. We just want to talk about our history, and unfortunately we can't celebrate our history without talking about where it came from, and unfortunately that includes Toxic Plague Entertainment. But anyway, speaking of that, love to hate. Y'all love to hate, so I guess
here it is. Yeah, here it is.
And thank you again for coming on. We're gonna play you off with this song. You're always welcome back, my guy. Go check out Michelangelo Skero. I'm gonna do it 100 times.
I appreciate you having me on, man. It was fun. This is a good interview, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. You got your shit all like professional looking. Like this shit's
man. My
cool,
show is janky as fuck, bro. You just got lucky and caught me on a good day.
All right, but peace out, homie. I appreciate you having me on, man.
This is Love to Hate.
Yo, man.
Hey, what's up?
People talking shit about me on the fucking socials, man.
Man, you know what? Don't even worry about that. It's all gravy.
Yeah.
All gravy, baby.
Go ahead and comment on the gram. You ain't stopping my plan. If you got problems and you don't say it to my face, you really not a man. Why you even follow me then? You just hate to see me do what you can. Yeah. Stay humble, get the bag up, climb the ladder. No reason to be sad, bro. Anything, yo, you can have it. Whenever your passion, just go ahead and grab it. Never let go. See the bigger picture, no caption. All that time you spent just hating. All that time you could have been the greatest. All that time I was in the basement making hits for the haters, cause they will make me famous. I'm that person that you love to hate each and every single day, but the attention, it feels real great. I'm that person that you love to hate. I'm that person that you love to hate each and every single day, but the attention, it feels real great. I'm that person that you love to hate. I'm not the problem, you is. You just toxic, and the proof is in the comments with the words that you're using. I'm just being honest, you look stupid. Acting like you got knowledge, but you clueless. Cause if you did, you'd be where I am, but you ain't. So you sit around and hate and formulate a group that's so down for the case that they probably wanna fornicate. I'm at peace with myself. If you can't relate, get out my face. Hey, I've been grinding for my team. Nobody take that away from me. I'm married to the game faithfully. I rock a stage even if they throw eggs at me. You never see me fold even when they throw shade at me. Been like 5 years, get more respect from my peers for facing my fears, so keep them eyes clear when you see my rear as I appear on the TV like, hi, this is my career, I'm a pioneer. Yeah, people click on me just to get a share. This your epiphany of empathy with the bass and snare. So sympathy, nah, you won't find it here. Here's your symphony about how I don't care that I'm that person that you love to hate each and every single day. But the attention, it feels real great. I'm that person that you love to hate. I'm that person that you love to hate each and every single day. But the attention, it feels real great. I'm that person that you love to hate.
Hell yeah, Michelangelo Skero, love to hate. You know what? I don't love to hate. He was an amazing guest, and this has been an amazing show so far. It's we're gonna do our final thoughts here, and play one more song tonight. Before we do, I do want to recap a little bit. As you know, this weekend I just recently went to the Pennsylvania Reading show of the Shaggy tour, and it was super fucking fresh. Shout outs to Ash Hole and Clown Devil Boy. I finally got to meet some subscribers in person, and they were really fucking dope. Shout out to Ruthless Rob for being an absolute fucking nut. Bro, I took pictures with Rob. I hung out with Rob a little bit. He fucking bit me at one point. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Shout out to Hulk Hoagie, who was in the crowd. We got a picture with him too. Nate Money and Bloodlust, of course, I fucking love y'all to death. It was a great fucking show. Absolutely insane. Some shit coming up on the show. We have new videos dropping every day. I'm working on some new projects, some secret projects, as well as I'm going to need your help for some of those. If y'all want to be on a video reacting to shit, I'm going to be unloading a Juggalo reaction style series where I'm going to get Juggalos from the scene to react to whatever I spring on them, really. We're also transitioning a little bit into a more official radio show. So in the mornings, I will be running some actual radio shows throughout the week. This morning, we actually ran a live request show that kind of went off the rails in the beginning because I am transitioning programs I use. But we're going to keep doing it. I'm going to be doing it again tomorrow morning. So if you were watching now live or you catch it before tomorrow morning, I will be doing another, maybe not a live request. I'll probably take some live requests. Another radio show to play some of the music I didn't play tonight that I have in my playlist here. I know there was a song I promised I was going to play tonight, which I'm going to play, I guess. And what was I saying? Oh, and of course, the Bartlehouse is going to remain. We might be doing interviews a little different. We're going to have the same old interview style. We're going to do one-on-one interviews, but I have so many artists hit me up wanting to come on the show and just not enough time to do it all. So I'm going to be reaching out to some of my artists coming up, and we're going to start doing a little more of like the open panel artist thing, but more like planned. Like I'm going to have multiple artists on it at once. And it's going to be more of a casual thing. And then we'll do the interviews as well for artists that want the straight interview. But I think the more casual hangout style, kind of like the later part of this interview went, is more advantageous. I like doing that more. I don't want to just ask every single person how they got started and shit. You really get to know them more when they talk about shit like pizza and, personal lives and shit. So we're going to do that. And I think that's it for updates right now. Keep in tune. The Facebook group is where I drop all that news first. So if you aren't joined to the Bartlehouse Lounge Facebook group, join that. And you'll keep up to date. You can conversate with me and give me feedback, and I will hit you back as soon as possible. But like I said, one of the artists that I saw at this show, Shaggy Show, was an opener. He is up and coming. He finally is releasing music digitally, and I think he's pretty fresh. His name is Nihilistic. It's a different style, I will say. Very different style, but I kind of dig it, and maybe y'all will too. This is Nihilistic with Fossil Fuel.
Do you smell that? Is that gas? Riot, gasoline riot. Let me get the match and watch me light it. Burn it out, buddy, go and mosh tonight. Yeah, we're not. Riot, funeral pilot. Blow to the bump like 5 on violence. Set them on, you won't lie down silent. Relight. Do you smell that? Some smells like gas, like war, like pain, like love, like ash. Like the masses dying for the sake of the cash. Like fucking rugged profit, go straight in the stash. Like the fate of the many in the hands of the few. Like those who have plenty taking advantage of you. Like to them, you're nothing but a statistic to use. Looking at you like fuck, homie, you've been viciously screwed. Afraid to be told he got a tiny penis, so he won't be caught dead in a shiny new breeze. Like testosterone, no brains, true genius. Get a Tesla, something fuck anything, do Jesus. Let no men still live playing the game. Fuck the left and the right when they be paid off the same. So we've got to the left, are you praying for change? I'm fucking wetting them up, they can't spraying them wrong. Is it no by now? Give a fuck about Biden or any fucking politician. Every one of them signs about CEOs who be gouging on gas prices, going over market values and causing a damn crisis. The fucking thing we gotta thank for inflation when nobody can afford a villa, take a vacation. Next thing you know, every fucking price race, and they don't feel it on top. Well, must be nice, ain't it? So if I die or go missing, then you'll know for sure that I was onto something. Riot, gasoline riot. Let me get the match and watch me light it. Burn it out, buddy, come on, mosh tonight. Yeah, we're not. Riot, funeral pilot. Blow to the bump like 5 on violence. Set them on, you won't lie down silent. Relight. Riot, gasoline riot. Let me get the match and watch me light it. Burn it out, buddy, come on, mosh tonight. Yeah, we're not. Riot, funeral pilot. Blow to the bump like 5 on violence. Set them on, you won't lie down silent. Relight. Let me get a light, 100 Molotov cocktails like candlelight. Spin a light up the night till it's left all right. Barbecue all like I got an appetite. I see the floor, watches the rack up the source. Why you think of all sideways, not collapse to the floor. I can talk all day about jet fuel, steel beams around me. Fucking algorithm shadow banning me. Mama said you keep playing with fossil fuels, that you gon' turn into a motherfucking fossil fuel. So maybe doing it's impossible, all you should be alive. You can't conceive it though, please believe it, the outward and relevant. Let's burn them, fuck it's like vanilla, they gas. I got the board back on them, I take a torch to the ass. At the shore and them out, the bump 3 for the blast. Yeah, zipper with my heels, take a piece of the past. Super sucker for the bitch and LSD. I'm in a hazmat suit under the pigs in the streets with the taste of the knock of the fucking bump of their feet. Sweep them into a world that is one believe. Third eye wide, but he calm in time with a dose so high, it'll scar your mind. Call me pacifist, it won't harm you, guy. You're dumber than your work, fucking following blind. You better off doing helping nothing off you. With a sweater on you from the critters on you. And a 7 limo, or maybe like 2. Nah, I better get screws, baby, that's your lawsuit. Give me a pitchfork shot when your rewards card. It's a winning combination like a sleeve-worn heart. We gon' need more parts, celebrating more shots. The best in the Mad Max down to 34 cars. Pull into the gas station like 20 on 6s, and this holds 20 rounds. Give me everything, bitch. This isn't the future, we wanna deliver a kiss. So however you can help when you're running this. I'm a master grind, I'm a mastermind. On a massive high, gonna smash your spine. If you wanna be fucking down, then I'll snatch your life. They hit the border with the gas station, 5:30. Hey, brothers and sisters at arms, no longer can we be silent as corporate entities seek to steal from the plates of our children. I ask, will you join me now in this act of justice through ash? Riot, gasoline riot. Let me get the match and watch me light it. Burn it out, buddy, come on, mosh tonight. Yeah, we're not. Riot, funeral pilot. Blow to the bump like 5 on violence. Set them on, you won't lie down silent. Riot, gasoline riot. Let me get the match and watch me light it. Burn it out, buddy, come on, mosh tonight. Yeah, we're not. Riot, funeral pilot. Blow to the bump like 5 on violence. Set them on, you won't lie down silent.
Hell yeah, that was Nihilistic with Fossil Fuel. Well, guys, it's been an amazing show. I know we're not going till midnight. We're not going 2 in the morning anymore. But that's because I want to put more content out throughout the week. But big thank you for everybody for stopping in tonight who has stopped in for the live chat. Big thank you again to Michelangelo Skero for coming on and fucking being an awesome guest, to be honest. And big thank you to all the artists in the fucking scene, everyone who lets me play their music, the radio shows, so I can play more of them because I feel like we're not giving them enough time anymore. So if y'all like the fucking music that I play, definitely hop on over the radio shows. I'm going to stream them in the mornings, but they're going to be up all day for y'all to watch. And I got nothing else to say except for I hope y'all stay safe and stay spicy. This has been the Bartlehouse, and I've been your host, the Beef Tiger. We're going to play you off tonight. We're going to do it a little different. We're going to play you off tonight with a song, and that is Gibby Stites, I'm Gone. I'm good. Well, I fucked up. I'm good. Have a great night, y'all.
Dip from the kit back. Had smoke blunt, let me hit that. Used to pop purse like tit tats. Don't ever ask where the old Gibby get that. Shit done changed, they don't ever get that. A little respect, let me get that. I came with a classic, it may not be mass. If I still make an impact, chill with the diss tracks. Tell me where the 856 at. Where I'm from and where I still live at. Growing up, I always felt held back. They said I wasn't shit and I felt that. I don't hang too much, I done fell back. Got a lot of drama, I don't tell that. Fuck all the schools I failed at. I'm in a mood if you can't tell that. My head is all over the place, you bitch. I'm chasing it lately, I hate the shit. It pours in the race, I made this. I ain't insane, I'm in pain. I said, my head is all over the place, you bitch. Chasing it lately, I hate the shit. It pours in the race, and I made for this. I ain't insane, I'm in pain. Look, I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel fine, tell me again, how's all in my mind? I don't feel fine, tell me again, how's all in my mind? I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel fine, tell me again, how's all in my mind? I don't feel fine, tell me again, how's all in my bounce back like I never fell off. Got 100 problems I would never tell y'all. You won't find me in the column of your internet blog. Cause I'm rare like a holographic Pokemon card. They ain't feeling my pain, but they know I got scars. They don't understand how, but they know I got far. Far from the Tin Man, homie got hard. Took a trip to the Bronx to show I got bars. Mode on ground, flows oh so fine. Blunt bill, stuff bill, I don't roll no dimes. Block to the left and I block to the right. I don't love either one, but they got what I like. My heart's in the dark side, of highs in the light. Drugs in my cut, I'm fine for the night. Yeah, I'm fine for the night. Take the rhymes that I write and rewind and I'm like, I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel fine, tell me again, how's all in my mind? I don't feel fine, tell me again, how's all in my mind? I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel good, I don't feel right, I don't feel like I should.